International Women's Day to all the beautiful women and also to all the wonderful men. Thank you so much, CEO Magazine, for inviting me to do this today and tell you so much of what it means to me to be a woman. The first thing is, I think if women keep celebrating Women's Day, it's going to be beautiful, but I don't think it's going to have the kind of change that we want it to have. So yeah, I think Women's Day should be celebrated with even greater happiness and excitement by the men. And I think that's when this day will actually have more meaning. So happy Women's Day to all you men out there who have some wonderful women in your life. With that, yes, my name is Megha Bajaj and I'm a best-selling author, a film script writer, passionate educator, and I think above all an ardent seeker. I really believe that all life's answers lie in the within, and I keep finding them, by meditating, by just introspecting and going within myself. I'm the founder, CEO of a company called Wonders of Word, called WOW. And we basically do a lot of wonderful work with children, with adults, with senior citizens as well. And if I have to tell you a 11-word vision that we've come up with, it is to awaken humanity to a better life through words and silence. So WOW has 4 verticals. The first is WOW 3Ls, where we bring life skills, language and leadership skills to children from KG to 12th standard. And I think it's so important to have this one period called the WOW period in school where the children are not studying a subject, but they study themselves, where they are not made to get exam ready, but they're made to get life ready, where they actually go within and understand who is it that they are and how they can be better versions of themselves. So that's WOW 3Ls. The second vertical I head is basically called Wings on Words, which is an online writing and healing workshop that I do with people across the globe. And through this workshop, we empower people to have a lot of personal, professional and spiritual breakthroughs. Nowadays, a lot of us suppress our emotions. We don't know where to go and express. In fact, mental health has become such a big topic because a lot of us don't know where to go and express all that we're feeling. So WOW is that zone where you actually express, you learn to channel it, you learn to grow with it, and you actually learn to become an influencer using your own life story. So that's what I do with Wings on Words. The third vertical, of course, is that I write a lot of books. The Breakthrough, published by Rupa, was my latest book, and it's a story about 11 people who began their life with nothing and today are the who's who of their cities. And it was very inspiring to write this book. Some more exciting books coming up, and maybe I'll tell you about them the next time. The last and not the least is that I write film scripts. Again, I love touching upon a lot of women issues, youth issues that all of us are facing day to day. That's what excites me. And to put it in a fun, exciting, happy way is what I love doing. So that's a little about WOW. One of my experience in the business industry has actually been phenomenal. And I know that's not the answer you were expecting, but that's the truth. My parents raised us, we were 2 sisters, they raised us to believe that our gender had nothing to do with our potential. So we were asked to do everything that a boy would typically do. And coming from a joint Marwadi family, it was very unlikely that they were so progressive, but they were. And from traveling to taking trains, buses, everything, we were allowed to do everything, choose the career that we wanted to choose. And I think growing up with parents like these taught me that who I am and my own talent, my own hard work, my attitude, the love I have in my heart is actually way more important than my gender. And that's helped me because the more I've believed this, the more this is what I've attracted in my life. Like everybody I meet somehow in my business industry has been, resonating this thought process. Of course, there'll be that one odd, male chauvinist person who'll come and, be very gender biased, but that's been a very less or a very far and in between experience to me. versus meeting some really wonderful men and women who look at a person as a person and not for their gender. So I would say my experience has been phenomenal. I think one of the things that we need to do to promote gender equality is that we need to change the mindset itself. So, for example, all the youngsters who are going to get married or have just got married, let's talk about people who are in the bracket of 21 to 29 years of age. I think it's very important we communicate to them that what is it like today, earlier there was this thing that, oh, you want a boy because a boy takes care of the family. I don't know right now how many boys live with their family. I also don't know how many girls shy away from taking care of their parents. So, let me take my example. Me and my husband, Arun, we live with my dad and he takes care of us, we take care of him, and it's a great setup for us. So, I really don't understand that where is this gender inequality coming from? And in the modern day, in the modern times, everything's changed. So, can we make sure that in the very mindset of these youngsters, through talks, through workshops, through awareness, this thing is created that a girl or a boy, there's actually no difference, And if you think, oh, a boy will lead your business, nowadays the way girls are leading businesses, the way girls are making a mark for themselves, literally what is the difference between a girl and a boy? I personally don't think that it should exist. I think the way we can encourage a lot more women to take up leadership positions is to ensure that how is it that they are viewing themselves. A lot of women tend to have dented self-images because of the way they were treated while growing up by others, or even the way they think about themselves. So the only way a woman's going to become a leader is when she has a very complete and wholesome sense of who she is and how amazing she is. So I think by letting go of this dented self-image that I'm not good enough or my gender is, this is all women go through this, or any of these stereotypes, if we can break them and make sure that women have a wholesome sense of self. I think that's the sentence I would use. Wholesome sense of self. I think that's what's going to get a lot more women into the leadership position. You're seen for your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, your experiences, your grit, your determination, your attitude. I don't think I've ever hired or not hired someone basis them being a woman or a man. So I think in my own way, cultivating a team which is so heterogeneous from all over India and the world, I think I'm doing my own work in saying, hey, let's embrace equality. And why are we so, and I think when you say embrace equality, you also embrace men. Because by saying that, oh, I'll only work with women, or saying, oh, I'm a feminist and I believe in women's rights. I think, how about we create a world where we believe in human rights? I think human rights are more important than men's rights, women's rights, etc. And the way you can embrace equality is by really seeing each person that you meet way beyond their gender and letting them know that, hey, you matter to me beyond your gender. The advice I wish to share with all the young women about to start, their own journey is that please wake up every morning, look into the mirror and tell yourself, I am so much more beautiful than I think I am. I'm so much more than this body. I'm so much more than this skin. I'm so much more than my past. I'm so much more than any patterns, any bridges, any biases, anything that has been prejudices being put against me. I am infinite. And if I decided what is it that I cannot do, I am so much more beautiful, resilient, courageous, and amazing than I think I am. So I do this to myself every morning, and trust me, it sets the tone for me because I really realize that ultimately it's just some preconceived notions that we're holding on to that's telling us that, oh, you're limited by this, you're limited by that, when actually I'm limitless. And so are you. I have loved working. I've loved seeing the CEO magazine's, your website and your work. I think there's so much content, so much quality content out there. The events that you all conduct, the way that you go about doing your interviews, etc. I think you're sending a very strong message that no matter what, quality content, quality thoughts, quality questions are going to find a way into the world. So keep up the great work, and once again, a very, very happy International Women's Day to all the women and to all the men.